But to honor Twitch, I think the best thing that we can do is to laugh and hug each other and play games and dance and sing.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ellen. Happy birthday to you. You didn't invite me to the party, so I'm just here in my office having shots.
Ellen, were you surprised by the allegations about P. Diddy? Did that surprise you about P. Diddy? He's been on your show many times. Have you been to his parties?
More and more celebrities keep getting exposed as being linked to Diddy's evil empire. And the name that seems to be on everyone's lips this time is Ellen DeGeneres. Paparazzi recently caught Ellen and asked her about the allegations against Diddy. And girl, she looked real nervous while trying to escape immediately. This raised many eyebrows and had people wondering why Ellen was nervous about being asked about Diddy. You know, given how close they are, come to find out Ellen might have much bigger problem as to worry about, like allegedly being on the tapes Diddy took at his wild freak-off parties. And remember Steven Witch Boss? Well, people are now speculating that he might have known too much about Ellen and threatened to expose her, and that had gotten him deleted. And when you start to connect the dots between Witch's mysterious parsing and all the other controversies surrounding Ellen, you just shake that feeling that there's something very suspicious going on that we don't know about. You'd better grab a chair for this one because it is messy AF.
What time would your party start, let's say?
Like 9:30.
Really? That early?
Yeah.
I could make that. But I could think of you of starting a party at like midnight. Like what time will it go till?
That's a different type of party.
While people are saying Ellen actually did attend Diddy's parties, just not the types that can be talked about publicly. And if you notice in that interview, Diddy made reference to a different type of party that started after midnight. Anyway, fans started digging up all this information about Diddy and Ellen because of recent paparazzi footage of Ellen that went viral where Ellen was asked about the allegations against Diddy. And she looked very nervous about it. It seemed kind of weird initially, because why would Ellen be nervous about being asked that type of question? She's literally a TV host who is used to putting celebrities on the spot with out-of-pocket questions like that all the time, and being Diddy's friend and all. Ellen must have known that sooner or later someone would ask her about Diddy, right? Well, it's not as simple as that. Allegedly, Ellen has a lot to worry about concerning Diddy, because she wasn't just his friend on screen, she was part of his inner circle. I mean, it's not every random person Diddy makes a toast to on their birthday, calling them the most beautiful woman he's ever met like he did with Ellen.
Tell me about your birthday party. Am I invited?
Yes. Yes, you're definitely invited. I invite you to all my parties. You just haven't seen me to show up.
No, well, is it on the East Coast?
Yes.
Well, that's why. Why don't you have one here on the West Coast? Because I work all the time.
Okay, well, maybe I have one at your house.
Where's the... Now, what time would your party start, let's say?
Like 9:30.
Really? That early?
Yeah.
I could make that. But I could think of you of starting a party at like midnight. Like what time will it go till?
That's a different type of party.
No,
it'll go from like 9:30 to like maybe 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock. And then, we have the top 2 floors of the hotel.
And then it will carry on there.
Yeah.
So, if Ellen was part of Diddy's inner circle, you can take a wild guess at the type of things she must have done or witnessed at his alleged freak-off parties. And y'all know that one thing about Diddy's parties is that there have been some wild conspiracy theories about them, from secret rituals to orgies and forced gay freak-offs. It's a real cocktail of some of the craziest things you've ever heard of. Sources are now saying that Ellen allegedly witnessed some of these activities when she hung out with Diddy, and that she might have even participated in them. But that's not even the craziest part. There have also been speculations that Steven Witch Boss, who worked with Ellen for almost a decade, found out some incriminating information about Ellen that connects her to Diddy. And he was planning to spill all the tea. I mean, you don't get to work closely with someone like Ellen without finding out 1 or 2 things about them. And if you're very smart, like people say Witch was, then you notice more than a few things and start putting 2 and 2 together. To be clear, none of this is confirmed, and it is all just hearsay at this point. But people are talking, and it's only so many coincidences you can have before everything starts looking like a real Waco scene. I mean, there were speculations about people like R. Kelly and Harvey Weinstein years before the truth finally came out. And look how that ended. That said, one of the things people really noticed about Twitch's death is how many of the details just don't add up. For context, Steve and Twitch boss passed away in late 2022 and left a trail of broken hearts in his wake. Official reports say that Twitch had checked into the Oak Tree Inn on December 12, 2022, and he was supposed to check out at 11 o'clock. The next day, when Twitch missed his checkout time, motel personnel went to his room to check on him, and that's when they found his lifeless body with a gunshot wound to the head. Another guest who was also at the motel when the discovery was made talked about how it all went down. Official reports say the wound was self-inflicted, and that Twitch actually left a note, which they weren't allowed to publicize for obvious reasons. However, TMZ reported that law enforcement sources confirmed that the note made some ambiguous reference to Twitch's past challenges, which he felt he couldn't recover from. When this little detail got to the public, people started playing detective, trying to figure out what these past challenges were and what could have prompted Twitch to do something like that. One conspiracy was that Twitch might have run into some money issues due to some bad crypto investments. The explanation for this at the time was that Twitch followed some suspicious accounts on Instagram that could have led him into bad investment decisions. Actor Columbus Short further fueled this conspiracy by hinting at it in a video.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ellen. Happy birthday to you. You didn't invite me to the party, so I'm just here in my office having shots in honor of one of the most beautiful women in the world.
However, TMZ reported that sources with direct knowledge said Twitch was not experiencing any sort of financial hardship in the leading up to the incident. Also, law enforcement sources said no one from the family mentioned any sort of financial issues with Twitch. It was a pretty open and shut case. But while some people were calling for Twitch's financial history to be looked at, others were saying we need to be looking to the wife, Allison Halker, for answers. This one was a bit touchy for a lot of people, because if you had been following Twitch and Alice, you would know that there wasn't really anything to hint that she had anything to do with his death, or that he took his life due to challenges in their marriage. In fact, Twitch and Allison always appeared like the perfect couple with the perfect marriage. They first met in 2006 when they were invited to a party hosted by their mutual friend Ivan Kump. However, they didn't really start talking until 2010 when they both appeared on the All Stars episode of the 7 season of So You Think You Can Dance? But they finally made a move on each other during the season's wrap party, and it was up from there.
Yo, so just got off the golf course again. Still, RIP Twitch. And what I talked about earlier, you guys don't know what people are going through. People made investments. People do a lot of things. This is just a theory. People are awful. You know what I mean? Like, people like Twitch are not awful. Twitch was amazing. Is amazing still. His legacy shall live on. But, what if you invest in something that took your whole life savings, possibly? It gets rough. It gets rough. I don't want to speak too much on that, but here, what I will speak to, Tracy Christian still haven't given me my money. And this is what I'm talking about. It's like, why? Because you got caught up. You can't pay me my money in a trust account. I do not trust your account. I do not trust you, Tracy Christian. And I'm not going to kill myself. I promise you that. So pay me my money.